I'm a homeschool mom of two, and I'm going to talk about the reading program that I'm doing with my first grader. So, we have started with Christian Light Education. This is the Learning to Read program, and this is a bridge between kindergarten into first grade. It is very in depth. If you are looking for a program that literally teaches you exactly what to do and say with your child, I'm not a teacher. I don't have a teaching degree. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the program for you. The Christian Light Education starts with learning to read, and then halfway through you start language arts. When you're finished learning to read, then you should go on to reading one. To read comes with two of these big teacher's guides, and I'm just going to flip to one of the pages. This has an outline of everything that you're doing, and let's get to our first one. So with a lot of these lessons, you're going to have a story to read, and then there's going to be comprehension at the top here. Then we're going to work on our sounds and our penmanship. This is what I love. So this is where it's literally telling you how to teach your child. All of the bold lettering is what you will say exactly to your child. Then when you come over here, it has a little bit of prep work where you'll put these on the board if you want. I will say I don't do it every single time, but this is the page that they're working on, and this gives you the instruction. Write the beginning sound for the bottom ones here, but in the top one on the other page, it said the top ones is the vowel sounds with the long vowel and the short vowel. With the 106 light unit, you are starting with long vowel, short vowel. Now we are in unit 107, but I just wanted to show you an example of what it looks like for the kids. So it has a picture, we go through a story, it has our comprehension, it has our uppercase and lowercase. We go on to either long vowel, short vowel, different vowels. It gives you a mix. What I do love about this program is it's very spiral. So even though you're learning the new long vowel of E, there are still words in there where you're going to have different vowel sounds as well to practice that. So the next page has some words that we are going to read. And the other page, we are starting with spelling. So this is again back in Lightroom 107. In the very beginning, there are not any spelling words, but you've been doing these words for so long. Now we're getting into the spelling. Now we're also back into 107, and they are reading this story. Now you're going to see in a lot of these units, it is also made for the classroom. So sometimes you might see that it has so-and-so reading this or so-and-so reading this. Next child reads this sentence. I have my son read the whole thing. He's doing really, really great with it. There are quizzes and tests in all of Christian Light Education curriculums. I personally love it. Why do I like quizzes and tests? So I started with a different curriculum. It had no quizzes and tests. And yes, I could just review things with them, but it wasn't set and ready for me to go. This is ready to go. I am definitely going to be that mom that does quizzes and tests to make sure that they are retaining everything. I don't think I'll be able to get away from that. It just also shows me, if I'm doing a good enough job. I know that some curriculums do not have quizzes and tests, and that's great, and that's fine. But I will say this has showed me a lot. So we just finished Light Unit 106 in language arts with my older son, and there was a few things that we had to review, and what I did was I went on to Teachers Pay Teachers, and I just got a few little long vowel, short vowel, different sounds, different phonics cards, and reviewed them. Did that for a day, and he's fine. And this is the beauty of homeschool. You can do whatever you want in your own schedule, and that really helped us. Okay, so when you are finished with the Learning to Read program, you're going through the language arts program, so you should be about halfway through the language arts program when you start reading one. We started this. I want to love it. I don't. And the reason being is the stories that come with this book, they're very long. They're not very interesting and geared towards what my child likes. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to keep it, but I think we're going to hold off and do this a little later when we're completely done language arts. And I'll show you the next reading program I have in another video. Do a quick little overview of reading 1 from Christian Light Education. Lots of comprehension. I want to love this. The stories are pretty long for my 9-year-old who was doing this. Not very interesting. Like, this is one story he has to read, and just not in love with it. So what we are doing instead is Spectrum. I'm going to do another video on Spectrum. It has been phenomenal. So my personal review of Christian Light Education Learning to Read program, halfway through goes into Language Arts 1. Loving both of them. Absolutely loving them. Not loving reading 1, but I'm going to hold off and see if maybe we do it in a little few months or so to see if it's better for him.